This is my regular content. But today we're going to talk about a female saint who lived in medieval Ireland. And while there are many saints from Ireland, she is one of the most interesting ones because she's associated with animals, specifically bees and deer. She is Saint Abigail, more commonly known as Saint Gobnait or Deborah. Not much is known about her except for what can be found in local histories, legends, and folklore. Was supposedly born around the 6th century in County Clare, Ireland. According to tradition, Abigail's family was always feuding. This caused her to run away from home, and she eventually settled on Inisor in the Aran Islands. After some time, however, an angel appeared to her and told her this was not her place of resurrection. She was to head inland to find the place she would spend the rest of her life. The angel told her that this place would be marked with the presence of 9 white deer. So Abigail set off and searched for the deer throughout the southern coastal counties. Her journey is now marked by churches and holy wells, which are dedicated to her along the way, including a holy well near the modern town of Ennistimon in County Clare, at the edge of the burn, which contains a number of beehives. Some stories say that when she came to this area, the local people were pagans, and she converted them to Christianity. Others say that the paganism in the area was nature-based, and that she incorporated their beliefs with her own. She continued her journey until she finally found the herd of deer in Ballyvourney, County Cork, now known as St. Gobnait's Wood. When she saw this, she knew this was her place, and she would spend the rest of her earthly life here. In the townland of Nokaclog, about a mile from the wood, there is a holy well dedicated to her. Tradition has it that if a barren woman bathed in these waters, she would become pregnant within a year. There is also another well in the townland of Coolcooley, which was used to cure eye problems. Legend says that Saint Abigail cured the blindness of a woman named Cahir. As a token of appreciation, Cahir gave her land on which she built a church. It now stands in ruins and is called the Old Church of Gobnait. Her brother, Saint Aubin, is believed to have joined her, and together they helped set the foundation for a convent. Placing Abigail as abbess or mother superior of the community of women religious, not only did she live among her followers and guide them, but she also spent much of her time caring for the sick. According to early Celtic folklore and religious symbolism, the soul departs from the body in the form of a bee or butterfly. So it is not surprising that given her deep Christian faith and belief in the resurrection, Abigail also became a beekeeper. It is said that she developed a powerful relationship with the bees and would use their honey to treat illnesses and heal wounds. She became known for her miracles in rousting bees from their hives and using them to chase out evil. Some pious legend even claim that the bees transformed into soldiers, with their hives becoming helmets. One story tells of how a woman in the Munster province was plagued by evil spirits. She would go into the fields and harm herself by hurling stones at her own head. Then one day, Saint Abigail came upon her and, using a hive of bees, drove the evil spirit out of her. The demon fled up the chimney and down the road towards the sea, pursued by the angry bees. The bees chased the demon all the way to the shore, where he had to enter a boat to escape. They chased him to the middle of the lake, where the demon cried out to Saint Patrick, who was at his oratory nearby, to save him. Patrick made the sign of the cross and commanded the demon to leave. The demon left immediately and ran away, never to return. Another tale speaks of how Abigail rescued the people of Ballyvourney from the plague. During the outbreak, the townspeople wanted to abandon the village, but she told them to stay put. She then led them in prayer before going out into the countryside to meet the plague. She gathered the sick and dying on a hill outside of town and blessed them, after which they recovered. Abigail is credited with many miracles, and over the centuries, pilgrims came to the holy wells in the area to drink from them and be healed. But while her followers revered her and sought her out for her powers, she never wanted to be a saint. If she could, she would have chosen to be a bee instead. This is why she is considered to be the patron saint of honeybees and beekeepers. She is often depicted in art with bees swarming around her or holding a honeycomb. She remained settled in Ballyvourney until her death, after which she was then buried to await her resurrection. While we don't know exactly when she died, it's believed that it was around the year 642. Her feast day is celebrated on February 11th, but that's not all. Over the years, several places in Ireland and even the United States have been named after her, such as St. Gobnait's National School in Ballincollig, County Cork, St. Gobnait's Church in the Roman Catholic parish of Gobnait, County Cork, Founded in 1864 and completed in 1867, St. Gobnait's Well in Upper Church, County Tipperary, as well as the Ursuline Convent in Waterford, which was renamed in her honor in 1974. In the U.S., there's St. Gobnait Catholic Church in South Boston, Massachusetts. And while there are no surviving portraits of her, she is often depicted in artwork wearing a traditional Irish saffron or yellow dress, a blue cloak, and a white veil over her head. She usually carries a staff and is surrounded by bees or a honeycomb. A statue of her can be found in the grounds of the Irish American Heritage Museum in Albany, New York. There are two things that stand out about her story. First, like so many other saints, she had a strong connection to nature, especially with the deer and bees. These were creatures that people around her respected and revered. They were forces of nature that were sometimes feared, but more often seen as beneficial and necessary. Like the saints who formed a deep connection with animals, such as Saint Francis of Assisi, Abigail understood that these animals were not just creatures to be used or feared, but living beings with whom we share this world and that we should respect and care for. For example, the association of the soul with bees and butterflies shows a deep understanding of the natural world and a respect for the interconnectedness of all living things. This is reflected in her use of honey to treat illness and heal the sick. Honey is a natural substance produced by bees that has antibacterial properties and can be used as a topical treatment for wounds. By using honey, she was able to tap into the healing power of nature and help alleviate the suffering of others. This also shows a deep knowledge of herbalism and traditional medicine, which was common among many saints who were often seen as healers and wise women or men. Overall, her deep connection to nature and her ability to harness the healing power of the natural world make her a truly unique and fascinating figure. The second thing that stands out about her is her strength and independence. She was a strong-willed woman who was willing to go against the grain and forge her own path in life. She didn't let societal expectations or gender roles limit her, and she followed her calling to help those in need. She was also a leader and a role model for women, showing them that they could be strong, independent, and compassionate. She showed that women could be powerful and effective leaders, and that they didn't need to rely on men to make a difference in the world. Her story is an inspiration for women today who are breaking barriers and challenging the status quo. Today, she is still venerated in Ireland, and her memory lives on through the many places that are named after her. Her legacy continues to inspire people to be compassionate, caring, and strong in the face of adversity. Her story is a reminder that we should never give up on our dreams, and that we should always strive to make a positive impact on the world. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. And if you haven't already, please subscribe and check out my other content.